The smartest child in the room is often the one adults worry about the least. They finish the worksheet first, they ask unusual questions, they surprise teachers with answers nobody expects.
High five, Leo, you did it!
Yes, thank you.
Great job, everyone.
But years later, something unsettled happened. The child everyone's predicted would change the world quietly disappear into ordinary life. While the average student they are barely noticed, built a career, a family, and confidence that once seems possible. What happened? Maybe intelligence wasn't the advantage everyone believed it was. Maybe under the wrong condition, it becomes a trap. A 7-year-old solves problems that leaves classmates confused. Every correct answer ends another compliment. You are so smart, you are gifted, you are different. Those words sound harmless, yet each one slowly changes what success means. The child doesn't learn that effort creates progress. They learn that being naturally brilliant is their identity. Identities are fragile. The moment something feels difficult, failure no longer threatens a grade. It threatens who you are. Psychologists call this a fixed mindset, but the experience can feel much personal. Every challenge quietly asks a terrifying question. What if I'm not gifted as everyone thinks? So the gifted child makes a decision without realizing it. Avoid the challenges, but because they are lazy, because protecting their identity feels safer than risking it. Years pass, school keep rewarding the same abilities, memorizing becomes easier, exam becomes predictable, success arrives with surprisingly little effort. Then childhood changes the rule. No one cares how quickly you understand algebra at 12. Career reward consistency, relationship reward emotional maturity, business reward resilience. None of this asked whether you were smart in school back then. They asked whether you can keep going after failing. For many gifted child, that's the first exam they were never prepared to take. To understand this, let's picture two university students. The first was praised for being exceptional since childhood. The second struggled for years before finally catching up. Both failed their first major interview. The second student struggled, study harder, and apply again next week. The gifted child spent most replaying every mistake. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe everyone was wrong about me. The interview ended in an hour. The self-doubt lasted much longer. That is where rumination quietly enters the story. Instead of solving problems, the mind begins solving itself. Every awakened conversation becomes evidence. Every rejection becomes a verdict. Instead of asking, what can I improve? The mind keeps asking, what does this say about me? Those are completely different questions. One builds a future, the other traps you inside the past. Ironically, higher intelligence can make this worse. A powerful mind does only generate better solutions. It also generates better excuse, stronger doubt, and more convincing fear. It can construct entire imaginary future where every possible mistake has already happened. The brain calls this preparation. Anxiety calls it home. There's another invisible shift. Gifted children often become experts at predicting expectation. Parents expect excellence, teachers expect performance and perfection. Friends expect answer. Slowly, they stopped asking what they actually want. Instead, they become skilled at performing the version of themselves everyone applauds. Psychologists describe the brain as a predicting machine. It constantly guesses what happened exactly. It constantly guesses what happened next. When you have spent years predicting other people's expectations, you eventually lose sight on your own. Success starts feeling strangely empty. Not because you have failed, because you have been climbing someone else's mountain. Consider a young engineer who graduates with honors. Every promotion arrives exactly as planned. The salary grows, the apartment gets nicer, yet every Sunday evening feels strangely heavy. Nothing is obviously wrong, except one question refuses to disappear. If I stop trying to impress everyone, would I even know who I am? That question terrifies many gifted adults because they have spent decades confusing achievement with identity. Then confirmation bias quietly lock the prison doors. The mind begins collecting proof that it must always succeed. One mistake suddenly overweights 10 victories. One criticism becomes more memorable than 100 compliments. The negative bias amplifies everything that threatens the identity they built as children. Perfection slowly becomes survivor. The survivor is exhausting. This explains why some brilliant people procrastinate endlessly. Perhaps the greatest gift wasn't being smartest kid after all. Perhaps it was learning that your worth survives being wrong. Because the child who grows up believing they must always be exceptionally eventually becomes imprisoned by their own potential, while the one who learned failure discovers something powerful than that talent. A life that no longer needs permission to begin.